My name is Trey Wharton. I am a member at First United Methodist Church, married to Tracy. We've been married 35 years, have two children that have grown up in this church, Rebecca and Eric. It was about the time we graduated in 1990 and we moved back to Baton Rouge. So we worshiped in the pews for a little while at First Church and then got invited to Sunday school and been here ever since. Everybody's familiar with the tornadoes that impacted Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky recently. So a group of, I think there were 10 of us from Thibodeau to Ruston, met up on a Sunday morning and we caravanned to Fulton United Methodist Church, which was our host church. As a member of the early response team, we typically go into a region once the first response is taken care of, and we assess the needs and we help where we can and provide that Christian caring atmosphere. It can be anything from tarping a roof to removing debris to mucking out a house after a flood. In this particular instance, our chainsaw team was mobilized and we were asked to come in and assist with Kentucky. But we did have one story that was communicated to the team. While they were at lunch, they were approached by an individual who said, "I just want to thank y'all for being here." And he introduced himself and they got to talking, and he said he had an electrical contracting business and his building was gone. They don't know where it was. He said, "My house was just up the road from the church where we were staying." He said, "I don't know where my house is." A gentleman approached him. He said, "That's my grandson and we don't know where his house is either." And it wasn't as if these houses were impacted. They were just gone and they had no idea where their belongings were. But they told Glenn and the gentleman that was with Glenn, they said, "But we're up here trying to help our neighbors to the extent that we can, and we just wanted to stop by and we wanted to thank y'all for being here." And so that really hit hard to me as far as an unbelievable faith of being able to give thanks in all circumstances. It seems to me if I would have lost everything, it'd be very easy to just get caught in a downward spiral, if you will, and not be able to reach out. But that was a very powerful example for us. The area we were serving in Casey was hit very hard. But as we were wrapping up, the response was starting to ramp up in that region. And so it gave me a lot of hope that community was going to be okay ultimately. God was there before we were there. God was there while we were there for sure. And God is going to be there after we leave. And so we're gone from there. And I had an opportunity to communicate with some of the people that we helped, and they're doing well. They're doing well. They're doing very well. There was a need, and I, at the time, had the resource and the ability to contribute to helping with that need. I believe that's what we're called to do as disciples. And once we make that profession that we are disciples, which we are, then we're to serve just as Jesus served us. The decision for someone and how they're going to serve, it's a very personal and private decision, but I think we're all going to make that decision at some point. And I would say to everybody, just to remember when you decided you were going to be a disciple of Christ, we're called to serve just as He served us, right? I would say don't get so caught up on necessarily what gifts you might have. Everybody has certain gifts. I would say pray about it and then just jump in where you can. As Jesus served us and the disciples, we are to serve other people. If we make a decision not to give of ourselves, there will be a lot of people that are hurting, that could be in a potentially very dark place, that won't have an opportunity to see that light. One of the prayers that we pray every day before we go out is, "Lord, send us to the people and places that need it the most for your purpose and for ours." So if you don't give of yourself, then you're denying somebody an opportunity to receive that blessing. And quite honestly, you're denying yourself of a blessing too. So for me, as far as anything I might get out of this, it's an unexpected blessing. It's something that reminds me that the need is great and I need to do more. And it feels good to be able to help people. And it feels good to affirm that I'm doing maybe what I'm called to be doing. And it, makes me want to be able to do more. So.